Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to face a reality that all of us go through during our working lives: moments of difficulty. Challenges that seem insurmountable, stalled projects, tense relationships in the workplace. But more importantly, how do we not give up in the face of those difficulties? How do we turn them into opportunities to grow and ensure our work is completed successfully? Especially for young and middle-aged people trying to build a solid career and balance family life in America. Equipping ourselves with mental weapons to cope with work pressure is absolutely necessary. This is not a story about avoiding difficulty, but a story about how to face and overcome them effectively. Dear friends, work is not always a bed of roses. There will be times when you feel stuck with a complex problem, face a difficult colleague, are under pressure from mounting deadlines, or feel uncertain about a project's direction. These difficulties not only affect your work performance but can also cause stress, anxiety, and even negatively impact your personal life and family. According to studies in organizational psychology and behavior, not having effective strategies to cope with difficulties in the workplace is one of the main causes of burnout, decreased job satisfaction, and impact on mental health. Hardship tests a person's heart, an older generation wisely says, and learning how to face challenges at work is a way to forge our resilience and strength. So, how do we equip ourselves with effective methods to face difficulties at work, ensuring our work is completed successfully? We will go through 10 important methods that you can apply starting today. The first method, the foundation for solving any problem, is clearly define and analyze the problem. When facing difficulty, the initial feeling is often ambiguity and overwhelm. The first thing to do is to pinpoint exactly what the problem is and its root cause. Why is this important? Because if you don't understand the problem clearly, it will be difficult to find a suitable solution. Analyzing the problem helps you look at the situation objectively, without being swayed by emotions. Example: in work, you are having trouble with a large project and feel overloaded. The problem may not be the project itself, but a lack of necessary skills, insufficient time, or poor coordination within the team. Take time to write down what is making you feel difficult. Ask why multiple times to get to the core cause. For example, why do you feel short on time? Is it because you are not managing your time well? Or is the workload assigned unrealistic? Example related to family. When you bring ambiguity and stress about work problems home, you can become irritable or distant with your partner and children. Clearly defining the work problem helps you explain to your loved ones what you are dealing with. Reducing the nameless anxiety affecting the family atmosphere. How to apply. Spend 15 to 30 minutes journaling about the work problem you are facing. Use simple tools like a mind map or a fishbone diagram to analyze the root cause. Talk to your manager or a trusted colleague for additional perspectives. The second method, when you cannot solve it alone, is seek support and collaboration. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Why is this important? Because you are not alone. The people around you, colleagues, managers, friends, family, can provide necessary knowledge, experience, advice, or emotional support. Example: in work, you are stuck with a complex technical issue. Ask a more experienced colleague or mentor for advice or help. If you are having trouble with your relationship with your manager, go to human resources, or a mentor in the company for guidance on how to handle it. If you lack resources for your work, clearly state your needs to your manager and work with them to find solutions. Example related to family. When work is too stressful, share with your partner about the pressures you are bearing. They can listen, encourage, or help you find ways to release stress. Support from family is a great source of strength for you to face difficulties in the workplace. One tree cannot make a mountain, but 3 trees together can make a tall mountain. Collaborating and seeking support will help you overcome greater challenges. How to apply. Identify people in your network who can help: colleagues, mentors, industry friends. Proactively reach out and present your problem clearly and concisely. The third method, turning big challenges into small ones, is break down challenges into smaller steps. When facing a big problem or a massive project, the feeling of overwhelm can make you not know where to start. Why is this important? Because breaking down helps you turn a seemingly impossible task into a series of small, more manageable steps. Completing each small step will build momentum and help you progress towards the final goal. Example in work. You are assigned a complex project with many components and tight deadlines. Instead of looking at the entire project and feeling discouraged, break it down into smaller tasks. Create a detailed to-do list, and focus on completing one task at a time. This helps you manage your work more effectively and reduce the feeling of pressure. Example related to family. When work pressure is too high, making it difficult to manage household chores or other family tasks. Apply the principle of breaking down. Divide household chores into small tasks. Plan them for each day. Or ask for help from other family members. How to apply. Use project management tools, even simple note-taking apps. Create daily or weekly task lists with specific small steps. Set small, achievable goals and celebrate when you complete them. The fourth method, keeping your fuel tank full, is manage stress and prioritize personal well-being. Work difficulties often come with stress, and if not managed, it can lead to burnout. Why is this important? Because physical and mental health is the foundation for you to face difficulties. When you are exhausted, your ability to solve problems and make decisions will be severely diminished. Key components include practicing stress reduction techniques, deep breathing, short meditation, walking, ensuring sufficient and quality sleep, and maintaining healthy habits, regular exercise. Balanced nutrition. Example in work. When feeling pressure rising, take a few minutes to breathe deeply at your desk, or take a brisk walk around the building. Ensure you get enough sleep, 7 to 8 hours, each night to have a clear mind the next day. Example related to family. Stress from work can easily make you bring negative feelings home, becoming irritable or impatient with your partner and children. Applying stress reduction techniques at work helps you control your emotions better. And when you come home, you can be more fully present for your family. Healthy activities with family, e.g., exercising together, cooking simple meals together, are also effective ways to reduce work stress. How to apply. Schedule time for stress reduction activities during the day. e.g., 5 minutes of meditation in the morning, 15 minutes of walking during lunch break. Establish a regular sleep schedule. Prioritize balanced meals with plenty of vegetables, fruits, and protein. General nutrition note, not specific food details. The fifth method, equipping yourself with necessary weapons, is develop necessary skills and knowledge. Sometimes difficulties at work stem from a lack of skills or knowledge needed to complete a task. Why is this important? Because equipping yourself with appropriate knowledge and skills makes you more confident, helps you solve problems more effectively, and opens up new career opportunities. Example: in work, you are having trouble with new software being implemented. Find online tutorial videos, take a short training session, or ask a colleague who is proficient for guidance. If your job requires data analysis skills that you don't have, find online courses on basic data analysis. Example related to family. Spending evenings or weekends learning a new skill for work can affect time spent with family. However, see this learning as a long-term investment that makes you more stable in your career, thereby ensuring stability for your family. Discuss your learning plan with your partner to get understanding and support. How to apply. Clearly identify the skills or knowledge you are lacking. Find reputable learning resources, online courses, books, tutorial videos. Plan specific time slots for learning and practice. The sixth method, stating clearly what you need, is communicate effectively. Many difficulties at work stem from misunderstandings or lack of information. Why is this important? Because clear communication helps you convey your thoughts, needs, and the problems you are facing accurately. It also helps you better understand others' intentions and expectations. Example: in work, when receiving a task from your manager that you don't understand, don't hesitate to ask clarifying questions. If you are having difficulty coordinating with a colleague, initiate a conversation, listen to their perspective, and express your thoughts honestly but politely. When you need to request more time or resources for a task, clearly articulate your reasons and needs logically and persuasively. Example related to family. When work pressure makes it difficult for you to communicate with your partner or children, try to express your feelings honestly and gently. Let your loved ones know what difficulties you are facing at work so they can understand and support you. How to apply. Practice active listening skills. Fully focus on the speaker. Ask clarifying questions. Use positive body language. Practice expressing your thoughts clearly and concisely. The seventh method, getting back up after falling, is maintain perspective and resilience. There will be times when you fail or receive criticism at work. What matters is how you react to them. Why is this important? Because difficulties and failures are an inevitable part of a career. Resilience helps you not be defeated, but learn from mistakes and continue moving forward. Example: in work, a project didn't succeed as expected. Instead of blaming or getting discouraged, view it as an opportunity to learn. Analyze what went wrong, and learn from it for next time. When receiving negative feedback, focus on constructive criticism instead of being affected by personal attacks. Example related to family. When you bring work failures home, you can become negative and affect the family atmosphere. Maintaining a positive perspective and resilience helps you face difficulties at work without letting them impact your personal life too much. Encouragement and support from family are also a great source of strength for you to recover. After the rain, the sky clears. Believe that difficulties will pass. How to apply? Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness when facing difficulties. Focus on what you can control. Journal about positive experiences at work to maintain optimism. Learn to view failure as a learning opportunity. The eighth method, protecting your energy source, is set boundaries. In the modern work environment, the line between work and personal life is increasingly blurred. Why is this important? Because not having clear boundaries can easily lead to overwork, burnout, and severely impact your health and relationships. Example in work. Learn to say no to unreasonable requests or tasks that are beyond your capacity when you are already overloaded. Set specific times to check email and reply to messages. Avoiding working continuously day and night. Clearly state your availability, e.g., do not check work email after 6 p.m. unless it is an emergency. Example related to family. Not setting boundaries at work leads to bringing work home. Working in the evening or on weekends. Taking away time spent with your partner and children. Setting boundaries at work helps you have time and energy to spend with your family. Participating in activities with loved ones. How to apply? Clearly define the boundaries you need to set, e.g., work hours. Email response time. Discuss these boundaries politely with your manager and colleagues. Be consistent in enforcing the boundaries you have set. The ninth method, shifting your focus, is focus on solutions, not just problems. When facing difficulty, we often tend to focus on complaining about the problem, instead of finding a way to solve it. Why is this important? Because focusing on solutions shifts your energy from negativity to positive action, accelerating the process of finding a way out. Example in work. Instead of constantly complaining about the inefficiency of a work process, think about ways to improve that process and propose solutions. When facing a difficult colleague, focus on finding ways to work together effectively, instead of just listing their flaws. Example related to family. Bringing work problems home and constantly complaining can make the family atmosphere heavy. Instead, focus on finding solutions to the work problem. And when sharing with your partner, also share your thoughts on how you are trying to overcome it. How to apply? When recognizing a problem, spend less time describing it and more time brainstorming solutions. In meetings, focus on proposing solutions instead of just stating the problem. Practice thinking in terms of how to, instead of why did this happen. The 10th method, keeping evidence of your efforts, is document issues and actions. Keeping records of the difficulties you face and the steps you have taken to resolve them can be more helpful than you think. Why is this important? Because it helps you track progress, have evidence of your efforts when needed, and learn lessons for next time. Example in work. Document details of the difficulties you face in a project, what obstacles you overcame, and what solutions you applied. This not only helps you recall your work process when needed for reports, but also serves as evidence of your problem-solving abilities. If you are having trouble with a colleague, documenting specific incidents can be helpful if you need to talk to our Example related to family. Journaling about work stress can help you process emotions and see the problem more clearly. It also helps you record times when work affected your family and find ways to adjust in the future. How to apply. Maintain a notebook or use a note-taking app to record important work issues. Your efforts and lessons learned. Save relevant emails or documents related to difficulties or solutions. Bringing it all together. A toolkit for success. These methods are not a silver bullet that can solve every problem, but a flexible toolkit that you can use depending on the situation. What is important is that you are aware of their existence and continuously practice using them effectively. Facing difficulties at work is an unavoidable part of a career, but equipping yourself with effective methods will make you more confident, more resilient, and more capable of completing your work successfully even in the most challenging situations. Start applying one or two methods that you find most relevant to your current problem. With effort, even iron can become a needle. Perseverance in practicing these skills will yield significant results over time. However, it is important to note that not all difficulties can be solved by these methods alone. There are situations that require external intervention, such as a toxic work environment, discrimination, or harassment. In these cases, problem solving is not only your personal responsibility, but also the company's. Do not hesitate to contact human resources or seek legal advice if you are facing serious ethical or legal issues at work. If work stress is prolonged and significantly impacting your physical and mental health, e.g. insomnia, anxiety, depression, seek help from a therapist. If you have difficulty with career direction or coping with complex work situations, consider seeking a career counselor. Seeking professional support is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic step to protect your health and develop your career. Dear friends, facing difficulties at work is inevitable, but the ability to cope with them is in your hands. By equipping yourself with effective methods, from identifying the problem, seeking support, managing stress, to learning and maintaining resilience, you are building a solid foundation to not only overcome challenges but also grow stronger in your career and ensure your work is always completed successfully. Don't hesitate to share what difficulties you are facing at work right now. What methods you have used to overcome them. What tips you find most helpful. Or any questions in the comments section below. Our community is here to learn, share, and support each other on the challenging career path. And if you found this video helpful and want to discover more secrets to coping with work pressure, self-development, and building a successful and fulfilling career, don't forget to hit the like button, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next videos.